Step one, what we're going to do is look in the smaller areas of Redbubble. So usually when people do POD, they assume t-shirts is what they go for, or hoodies, clothing basically. But Redbubble is massive and you don't have to just focus on clothing, and in fact it can be beneficial not to focus on those things. So smaller areas, you can look down and see what you like the look of. I would encourage you to go for things like wall art because it's mega profitable. Things like posters, canvas prints, frame prints, metal prints, anything in here. Home decor, so we've got pillows, duvets, wall tapestries, things like that because they are so profitable. This is the margin that you would get from t-shirts and hoodies. I've covered this before in another video, but I'm going to tell you the secret to actually getting ideas and validating them, making sure that you're going to be successful. So yeah, great, £3, £7.50 or whatever your currency is, great margin. However, A-line dresses is going to get you 10. That's a category that nobody focuses on. Canvas prints, £20 profit each. And metal prints, £42 profit, which is insane. Duvet covers, £21 profit. Throws, again, more profit than you get even for selling a hoodie. Wall tapestries, £12. So even if it takes you, some of these you can get 6 times or more profit than you would get off a normal t-shirt sale. So even if it takes you 6 times as long to get a sale or 6 times as long to design, which it won't, you're still going to be coming out on top. I've been using this recently, I've been using this method to get more than 6 times as much profit. So I've been taking what is usually a t-shirt design and what the vast majority of people probably do, which is design on a t-shirt for a t-shirt, and everything else is just secondary. So the goal here is to get it on a t-shirt. Everything else is just enable and position. So you don't think about a scarf, you don't think about necessarily a photographic print or metal print or anything like that when you're designing. You design for a t-shirt. All these things are just bonuses. If someone buys it, great. What I'm saying is, really think about, why would someone want a wall tapestry? Why would someone want a duvet cover? What are they looking for in that design that makes them purchase it? Most likely, if you're designing for a t-shirt and just apply it to a duvet cover, it's probably not going to be the best design in the world. Yeah, you might make sales, but you're certainly not going to make as many sales as you would do if you were designing specifically for duvet covers. So first thing is to find your niche, find what area you want to focus on within Redbubble. You don't have to do this all the time, but I'm just saying, if you focus your efforts on this for a brief period of time and just see if it pays off, it can be mega profitable and definitely worth it. So the secret is how to find ideas, or how to validate your ideas, which is where Merch Informer comes in. So I've been using Merch Informer for a while anyway, and I've explained in a video previously about how to use this for Amazon, and pretty much ignored it basically for Redbubble because it's a very different market. This is step 2, by the way. It's a very different market, and it doesn't necessarily translate very well, but actually you can now use this thanks to not only the Merch Hunter feature, which I use anyway, but this Trend Hunter feature that they've got. You can get ideas validated that don't actually exist on Redbubble, so you know there's a market for them. Might not necessarily work out on Redbubble, but it's done so a few times for me now, and it's done so to the point of being extremely profitable. I'm talking about, instead of targeting designs that profit at maybe $3, $4, changing and targeting something that will get you consistently over $20 for your profit margin. So we'll go on the Trend Hunter first, and there is another video about how to use Merch Informer, which I'll link in the description so you can have a look at that. But what you can do basically is click Movers and Shakers, and it will show you what has suddenly started selling, and you can organise it by daily, weekly or monthly. So basically you can get on top of the trends before they even happen, before they even exist. So if we look down here, I'm just going to take one for an example once it loads. Right, so we've got this pineapple. This might be a reference to something, I have no idea. But we've got this pineapple related shirt. There's other things on there as well. So it will show you the BSR, the best sellers rank. That's for Amazon, nothing to do with Redbubble, but it's useful. We're going to use this in our analytics when we look here. Because if you do the research first, and you do good quality research, then you're way more likely to make a sale. It's boring, it takes time, but it's essential for making good quality, consistent, sustainable sales. So this shirt's gone from 2.8 million to 153,000 in the bestseller ranks. So for some reason, I don't know, maybe there's some meme or something like that that I'm not aware of, but that's good. Pineapples are hot. And then you'll get a lot of crap as well, but you've got to sort through what you're dealing with. So we'll just use this as a completely random example, whatever, this is live, I don't know. I didn't know this was going to come up, I'm just going to use this. Pineapple. So then what we can do is, this is our idea, we're not copying the shirt or anything, we're just going to use the theme of pineapple. So obviously you can come up with your own design. You can even, if you want, go on Redbubble and look at top selling t-shirts in any category and just look at the design styles, what's selling well, organised by top selling, and then you'll be able to look at what is selling well, what sort of design styles work, and then you can apply that to your own. I'm not saying steal someone else's design, so you would look at the style. So for example, cartoon. Space theme, so space pineapple or whatever. I'm doing this on the spot. But you can apply two concepts that are successful and then make something that's really successful. So we shall put in top selling men's t-shirts, pineapple. So this is us using step 3, which is ensure that there's demand for what we want to sell. So we've got 14,000 results. There's a lot of competition. This is t-shirts, remember? So yeah, great. I'm pretty sure, actually, looking at this, I've used pineapple in an example before. We're going to look at wall tapestries. So we've got 8,000 results to compete with, and really, what is this? What does that have to do with pineapple? Nothing. Yes, they're pineapple related. Pineapple, okay. So we know based on the fact that there's 8,000 of these, we know based on the fact that these are selling, that there is a demand for pineapple related stuff. So we know that we could compete within this category. We know that we could. So if you do a good pineapple related design, you can make sure that it's making profit in here. So now we're going to look at the Merch Hunter. So this shows us the best sellers in categories. You can organise it by sales rank, you can put in a price range. I tend to do $17 to $100. You can then organise now by US, UK and Germany marketplace. And we'll just put pineapple as the keyword and we'll leave it as 1 to 100,000. Okay, dabbing pineapple, that's the mega seller. And we'll now look on 100,000 and above, still making really good sales. Okay, pineapple made out of dogs, good concept. Pineapple slut, pineapple flowers. Okay, so they seem to do well when it's pineapples being made out of other things. This is an insight I wouldn't have got necessarily by just looking on Redbubble. So if you think and look at this, there isn't anything on there where it's just pineapple being made out of other things. And it doesn't even have to be pineapple, use whatever. This is the first word that I've even looked at. You can imagine what concepts and ideas and resources that you can get spending an hour on this, looking at different things, different keywords, different trending items, different topics like that. This is literally the first keyword I've come up with, and I've already found something that isn't on Redbubble, a different style that I hadn't even considered before. And I'm not talking about ripping off someone else's work, I'm talking about looking at design concepts, looking at what's trending, looking at what's actually making sales, and then applying that to your own ideas and designs. We know based on these that pineapples made out of other things, we'll just look at these shirts, are doing well in terms of sales. Corgi dogs plus pineapple. And this one, flowers plus pineapple. So I'm sure with our access to a wealth of information on Merch Informer that we could come up with something that would be of similar success. And what's really good about Merch Informer as well is it gives you this keyword, so it shows you what the most successful keywords are or what the most used keywords are on here. So you can then take these and put them into the search and keep finding and finding and finding, going one level down until you get to something. Really simple. In summary, step one, you're going to look in the smaller areas of Redbubble like duvet covers, wall tapestries, wall art, that sort of thing that's profitable, but there's not as much competition in there. Step two, use Merch Informer to validate your ideas and find new ideas. And step three, ensure that there's demand for what you want to sell on Redbubble as well. It's not going to take any more time, it's not going to take any more effort, but you can make 6 times or more profit than you are currently doing. Your ideas are going to be validated so you can sell. You won't even come up with the design unless it's been validated, and you'll ensure that there's demand for what you want to sell. And finally, when you've validated these ideas, you've made sure there's demand for them, you're not going to design for t-shirts, you're actually going to look through the categories, and whatever you choose, say bedding or wall tapestry, you're going to think consciously, what would make someone buy this? If you were buying a wall tapestry for your house, if you were buying some bedding, what would make you purchase it? It's unlikely that a t-shirt design just copied and applied to bedding is going to be successful. I mean, you might get some incidental sales, but if you actually design for the duvet cover, if you design for the wall tapestry, then you're much more likely to be successful. So look, investigate these categories, see what's selling well, what makes them stand out from the rest. Really easy to organise by top selling, and then you can have a look and see what's doing well and apply the same characteristics from top selling designs to yours. I'm not at all saying take someone else's design, I'm saying look and analyse what makes them successful and then use those same characteristics in your design.